see. Sorry, I got a little stumbled there. So excited for this tournament. This is something we do every year, annually. And I know a lot of you guys are liking it. So let's continue it. We're now with the newcomers who have been kind of building up steam. The Whitenecks, Scott and Ed White, the brothers, versus Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons of KISS. And let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. And I also wanted to show you that one of the reasons I showed you that screen was so you know it is completely randomized and we don't have any control over any of these matches. None whatsoever. So we have no control over the outcomes. And I apologize if someone wins who you don't like to win. But this is just the way it works. The computer picks the winners. That's what we've been doing for Dream Masters since the very beginning of Dream Matches. So here we go. With the KISS, Peter, I'm sure that later on will be joined by the rest of KISS at some point down the line. But right now, the Whitenecks, Scott and Ed White, are trying to make a name for themselves as well. It should be pretty epic, folks. All right, folks, and it's going to kick off. We don't do entrances until the finals. Whoever teams go to the finals will get entrances, but for the most part, right now, we're getting one-on-one. Get right to the action, down to the nitty-gritty. That's what we're here for. Who is the best tag team? We do this every year annually to find out who the best duo and tag team in wrestling are. Or anywhere, for that matter. Or just team, I guess. And sometimes in the case of bands like Guns N' Roses, KISS, and Metallica we saw earlier, you kind of have to have the groups pick a couple guys to represent as Paul Stanley rocking it out. You can't rock it out until you won, though. So he might want to rock and roll all night and party every day, but Ed White, he wants to get home and enjoy his time, as Ed is all over now. Paul Stanley, but no, there's a reversal though now. As Ed White now, the referee's down. Ed tags in his brother Scott. Coast to coast, and that could do it right there, folks. Scott White, he went coast to coast on that one. And Paul Stanley now is up in a body slam. Oh, a slam in general. And now Scott is having some problems as Stanley takes him down with a nice reverse DDT. And stomps away. Oh! Nice spinning leg drop by Paul Stanley, and we're going to get a tag maybe and see Gene Simmons in there. The man behind the tongue. And he goes for a submission of his own. Looks like Paul Stanley trying to make this, doesn't want to work by the hour. And now, Scott White now turns the tables. And he goes after Paul Stanley, trying to get Stanley, and throws him over the top rope to the outside. And the referee counts. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that on Dream Masters, we don't have any of that nonsense where a team gets counted out, they lose. No. If they are counted out, this match will restart automatically in the event that there's a count-out victory. The only way to win is pinfall and submission. That is it. We don't even do no disqualifications on this show, because we find that as a cheap way a lot of teams in general in wrestling like to win. And I'm not saying that was a strategy by either one of these groups right now, but it definitely makes it more. It definitely makes it more. 8, 9. We might have a double count out right here. Oh no! Both guys beat the count at 9. That is very, very, very impressive by both guys. And now Ed White is tagged in, and he takes down. Peter Criss. We're yet to see Gene Simmons in, and now we see the demon himself, Gene Simmons. This should be good. And Simmons goes after Ed White on the outside. And the count goes. Up to 7 as Gene Simmons throws Ed White back into the ring to continue this thing going. Simmons, oh my, drops him on his head. What a move. Scott White having some problems now at the hands of the great Gene Simmons. Simmons with a bulldog. And stomping a hole in him. And Simmons now picks up Scott White. Sends him to the corner. Looks like Gene Simmons wants to party on every night in rock and roll in the daytime, I guess. As he's looking to get rid of Scott White, and there's the tag to Paul Stanley. Stanley off the oh, nice move. There's the last kiss right there by Kiss. Oh, but Ed White with the save. And Simmons thrown to the corner by Ed White, who wasn't going to stand around for that. Scott turns the tail. Nice tornado DDT by Ed White. Paul Stanley lighting up Scott White with light hands. And Scott now inverted atomic drop. And the Whitenecks looking pretty good right now. And Paul Stanley now goes for the pin on Scott White again. And they go for a pin again. And this time Kiss moves on. And actually, Kiss is the first band so far to go on in the finals. Good for them. I'm very impressed by Kiss, but I'm also very impressed by the Whites, who did a fantastic job. They have nothing to shake a stick at, that's for sure. As you see the last kiss right there.
Here are your winners, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, the Rockers.
Looks like Gene Simmons has been busted open as well. As Simmons and Stanley, there's that epic tongue that we all know all too well. And kiss, pyrotechnics and all. Congratulations to Kiss. We're moving on to the next round, folks. I mean, getting down to the next match. Stick around.